Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to Telechazzy. Wait a minute, no, that's not it. Welcome back to Cinema Chazzy. You know, I got a little confused there with the title cards because I recently did a Breaking Bad review over on Telechazzy, and now I'm going to be talking about El Camino, which is the Breaking Bad movie. So I got a little mixed up in my head. I got confused, but anyway, today I'm going to be talking about El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. You know, and well, cue the little intro trailer sequence here. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. In case you don't know, El Camino is kind of like not exactly kind of, it is exactly a continuation of the Breaking Bad series. You know, it picks up a little bit after the final season leaves off, you know. We see a little bit more of Jesse, the character of Jesse Pinkman, and explores a side of him that we didn't really see during the series. It starts off a little bit after what happened, after he escaped his captors in the end of season 5, you know, and it goes to show us a few flashbacks here and there, you know. It shows us that this guy really has been through the ringer, you know, and of course Aaron Paul reprises his role, and I think that Aaron Paul in El Camino honestly acted a lot better than he ever did in Breaking Bad, you know. I think that his performances in the movie were a lot better than in the actual show itself, you know. And I'm not the biggest fan of Aaron Paul or even the character of Jesse Pinkman in general, you know. I prefer Walter White 100,000%, you know. And even though Walter White is not exactly my favorite character in the series, I still prefer him over Jesse, you know. That's kind of obvious. I think a lot of people do. But anyway, so we have right off from the get-go, we have him going to seek refuge at his friend's place. You know, you guys should, if you've seen Breaking Bad, you should remember Skinny Pete and Badger, right? They reprise their roles as well, and the whole entire movie is shot in it's either shot in or edited in this really dark and moody, desaturated tone, you know, kind of like 300, you know, or a few episodes of Black Mirror, you know. So it's very, very moody and dramatic, you know, the way that everything is edited, and it makes you feel even more tense, you know, because the drama is real now. Jesse escaped from his captors, and obviously there are people, you know, after him. And the thing with this movie specifically is that it shows us what happens afterwards, but it also shows us flashbacks to what happened during the series, you know. And it was actually kind of funny because certain actors, you know, Aaron Paul himself, right, he came back, of course, to reprise his role, but whenever you did these flashbacks, you know, it was weird because some of the actors looked different. Like, for example, the guy who played I have like a little cheat sheet of sorts right here because I forgot the guy's name. Todd, Jesse Plemons, who played Todd, the guy who was also in Black Mirror, you know. Like, when he came back, it just felt weird because he gained weight, you know, and in the show he was a lot thinner, you know, and now in the movie he's a little bit more, not exactly obese, he's just a little chubbier, so it looks really weird. That's kind of what sucks about going back and reusing the same actors and actresses to, you know, reprise roles and stuff. But anyway, even Bryan Cranston himself makes a return at the very end. He comes back and there's like a little flashback, you know. It was really cool. It was really awesome, you know, and it was very nostalgic, you know, because I had just finished watching the series and I immediately went into the movies, so it's like, man, I already missed the show. But I think that what happens basically, let me take a look here because I forgot a few details, you know. But, okay, this and that, blah, 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 yabba. Okay, so basically it's Jesse moving around from place to place trying to, you know, seek refuge and escape from his captors, you know, which eventually he does. If you guys saw at the end of season 5 of Breaking Bad, there was kind of like an ultimate showdown between Walter and Jesse and the captors, you know, and Jesse does escape, but he's a wanted refugee now, a fugitive of sorts, you know. The police are looking for him, and at one point, this old guy actually does call the cops on him, you know. He goes to the store, you know, he's doing a bunch of stuff. He still has money, you know. He goes to the I forgot where exactly it was. I think it was Todd's old apartment. He goes to find money behind his fridge, and there are two guys there, you know. But basically what I'm trying to say is that, like, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. I didn't like it too much, but oh god. Oy. What was that? So in general, I think it was a pretty good continuation of the saga. You know, there were a few tense moments, and now Jesse, when he starts off the movie, he has his head, like, he's very unkempt, you know. He has a full beard and a long hair. He shaves off his head completely, you know, and then he just we see cameos from other characters too, like Mike, for example, who died, you know. We see some token cameos here and there. And I think that Jesse now is a lot more, he is much different, you know. He seems to be a little more mature and taking things more seriously, you know. But there are a few instances, a few moments where we see glimpses of the old Jesse, you know, who's going around saying, you know, the B word, which I can't say on YouTube, you know. And just being very eccentric and very hyperactive, you know. But then there are moments when he is a little bit more, you know, he's a little more subtle, he's more calm and collected, and he's taking things more seriously. And towards the finale, we get to see him really being serious and like going to ask for money for a guy, you know. When he's old, and he goes and kills everyone in the room and he escapes, you know. He's a seasoned veteran now. He pretty much becomes Walter White, you know. He kills indiscriminately. But you still see that there's a lot of the old Jesse Pinkman inside of him, you know. I think it's really cool how they embodied that. And of course the way that Aaron Paul acted, you know. I think that everyone, even the small cameos, the cameos will work really well to invoke a sense of nostalgia, you know. It's like, they're pretty much Easter eggs inside of the show, from the show, you know. Sorry, bless me. They pretty much work like mini Easter eggs sprinkled in here and there, you know. And I honestly think it was really cool. I think it was really, really cool, you know. I really, truly think that El Camino, like, I am a really big fan of the Breaking Bad series, but like, there are people who might enjoy El Camino and others who might not. I'm kind of in the middle term, you know. Like, I liked it simply because it is in the Breaking Bad universe, you know. It's kind of like, it's almost like if you view it as kind of like the 6th season of Breaking Bad, and it does become a little bit more tolerable, you know. But like, as a standalone movie, I didn't enjoy it too much, you know. And there weren't a lot of noteworthy scenes that I remembered, you know. We saw flashbacks of Todd going to his house, and he actually had to kill his maid because she found money that she wasn't supposed to, you know. Todd is like, he seems like a nice and cool dude, but he's actually really, really, when it comes right down to it, he's kind of a psychopath, you know. He just kills random people. He killed his maid because she came upon his stack of cash. He could have made up any excuse. He could have just said it was a spare cash lying around his savings or something, or he could have actually bribed her to keep quiet, but no, he had to kill the poor woman. But anyway, then we see a little bit of those dynamics between Jesse and Todd back in the early days, you know, them doing their things, you know, and trying, like, Jesse almost kind of developing Stockholm syndrome, you know. Like, he started to kind of become a little bit closer to Todd before he died, while he was still a captive, you know, a hostage of sorts. There was a scene where Jesse picked up a gun and was almost going to shoot Todd. Then Todd talked him down, you know. He said, look, we're going to go get some pizza. What's your favorite pizza, Jesse? He says pepperoni. He starts crying. Todd takes the gun and they go and get the pizza, you know. It's really cool. I'm surprised Todd didn't actually kill him, given the character dynamics that we've been led to believe at this point, you know. But so anyway, I think that at the very end, it shows Jesse starting fresh, you know, starting completely fresh, you know. He does that thing with Saul, you know. Saul has this little trick of his where he can make, or he knows a guy who, if you pay him enough money, he'll make you disappear, take you to somewhere else, you know, wipe clean your records, and you can start fresh, you know, with a new zip code, something like that, you know. But anyway, basically Jesse, I think he ends up in Alaska. I'm pretty sure it was Alaska.
I saw my face in the mirror, and Lord, I know I've changed, though I look much the same.
But anyway, so he finally gets his new lease on life. You know, he goes to Alaska to start fresh, you know, with a new name. What was his name? I forgot. Was he given a name? There we go. No, wait, no. Brock is not the new name, you dunce. You know what? I forgot. Forget it. Brock is the son of the girl that he was into back in the show. Forget that. But anyway, so he completely starts fresh. And this was actually kind of very cathartic for me, and I'm sure for a lot of fans of the show as well, you know, because it's Jesse arriving somewhere new and completely starting over, you know, from scratch with a new name, a whole new life, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants, you know, and very, very far away from where everything took place, you know. I would like to go to Alaska. It'd be nice to go there to start fresh. The Simpsons did that in the Simpsons movie. Very cool scene there. So I think it was good. I think he really deserves the peace of mind he got, you know. Now let's get into a few more details. Now, about the casting, I think it was really cool to include new characters and also bring back the old ones to invoke that sense of nostalgia, you know. I think that the movie was pretty well shot, very well edited, although I do think that the very dark and desaturated tone was very unnecessary. It kind of reminded me of the 3rd season of 13 Reasons Why, which is horrible. You know, so I don't think it needed to be that way, you know. It could have brought up the saturation just a little bit there, you know, but what do I know about this kind of thing? Maybe it was they had their reasons for it, you know, but whatever.
I lay like bait in the lion's cage and wait for my time to come.
I think that the soundtrack was pretty okay. You know, there were a few musical themes that did remind me back of the Breaking Bad series. You know, I don't even think that it was the same composer, but anyway, I think that it was the same director and producer. Let me just take a look here. I got my little cheat sheet here on my phone. So we have series creator Vince Gilligan. He wrote, directed, and produced it, so it was literally the same guy. I don't know why he had the choice to make everything so desaturated and dark, but anyway, there you have it, you know, Vince Gilligan. And I think that in general it was really well done, it was well made, it was really well produced, you know, and there were a lot of callbacks to the original Breaking Bad series, you know, not just that came from the characters, but a few other Easter eggs here and there, you know. I think it was really nice, but the problem is that it didn't really feel very connected, you know, like it didn't really feel too much like a continuation. The only thing that made it clear that it was a continuation was the inclusion of Jesse Pinkman as the main character, you know, but other than that, it felt completely disconnected. Like if you made El Camino without the Jesse Pinkman character, it would be really hard, you know, to see it as something connected to the Breaking Bad universe, you know. So I didn't really like it too much. That's why this review is like short and sweet, you know. It's not too detailed, you know. Usually the reviews are a little longer if I actually like the movie or the TV show, but in general I think it was pretty enjoyable. If you're a really big fan of the Breaking Bad series, of course I recommend it, you know, watch it and see if you like it. But if you watched Breaking Bad and didn't really enjoy it too much, then don't waste your time with El Camino, you know, you're probably not really gonna like it too much. But in general I think it was pretty cool, I think it was really nice, you know, and I actually gave it a thumbs up on Netflix, you know, so I think it deserved that. A lot of work went into it, clearly. And for better or for worse, it was really cool and interesting to see what happened after season 5 of Breaking Bad, you know. I thought that was really cool, a very nice touch, you know. So in general, yeah, in a nutshell, I would say it's pretty cool. If I had to give it a rating, this one is not going to take home a perfect 10. I think El Camino would get my final verdict for El Camino would have to be a 7 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 6 because it wasn't that bad, but not an 8 because it wasn't that good. So right there in the middle, almost in the middle, 7 out of 10, you know, it's going up towards the top there. And that's pretty much it, you know. I think it was nice to see Aaron Paul being Jesse again, you know, with his little trademark thing. There was even a part where he wore the same clothes, he put on a beanie, you know, very nostalgic. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. That's it for El Camino, you know. Recommend it if you like Breaking Bad, not recommend it if you don't. Very easy in that department. And that's it. This has been Cinema Chazzy, alright? How do I finish my videos again? I forgot. Oh yeah, this is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.
You ready? Yeah.